Our strategy focuses on promoting sustainable modes of transport, particularly public transport. We finance metros, we finance bus rapid transit. We also finance urban roads. But when we finance an urban road, we emphasize the importance of public transport as well as the vulnerable user, the pedestrian. We care also about non-motorized transport, bicycle, walking, and therefore we promote sustainable transport because it's more effective, it carries more people, and it has a lower carbon footprint than traveling by car. We have what we know as investment project financing, IPF, that finances specific works or projects, such as a metro, a bus rapid transit, a road, a bike path, or institutional development, even servers and computers and software. That is the kind of first product. We have another lending product which focuses on policy lending. So in exchange for certain policies enacted, we provide budget support that is not linked to any specific metro, bus rapid transit, or brick and mortar. To help our clients, we also receive from donors, particularly wealthy countries, who channel through the World Bank funds for trust funds. We manage those trust funds. The donors establish rules that they want to promote rail, or they want to promote non-motorized transport. They want to promote decarbonization. And the donor has certain ability to establish rules for what to spend the money on. And then we, at the bank, either hire consultants to do analytical work, or sometimes this grant goes to a city, for example, and the city implements the project. We can lend to cities provided the national government issues a sovereign guarantee. In other words, if the city doesn't pay to the World Bank, the national government will pay. This arrangement has worked very well in many countries throughout the world. When we lend directly to the city, the funds go, as I explained previously, to pay for the construction of a public transport system and are channeled through the accounts of the city and to the contractors, or the World Bank actually has the option of paying directly to the contractor. So the money doesn't even need to go through the local finances. We pay directly to the contractor. The World Bank is very flexible, and we try to serve our clients, cities and countries in the best possible way. And this direct payment is frequently used, but also the money can go to the city treasury, and the city treasury then pays the contractor for the works done. We also do work to help cities build creditworthiness. And a very successful example has been the city of Quito, where through precisely several grants that we have through donors, we have worked to improve the municipal finances, help them assess risks. And that's why for the first subway line of Quito, not only the World Bank, but 3 other multilateral banks were able to partner to finance this mega project. Public transport is subsidized. That's not a surprise. But car use in particular, is heavily subsidized. Cars, particularly in cities in developing countries, can park even on a sidewalk that is for pedestrians and they park for free. This is an example of a subsidy for parking, for using the car. Cars don't pay for this damage or externality, as economists would say, that they inflict on other users. The nominal fees that cars pay, the registration tax or so on, is very small and basically covers the cost of registering who owns the car. Moreover, most governments say that as the car becomes old, the registration fee goes down in value. So we have a completely awkward mechanism for charging for car use that translates into heavy subsidies, implicit. Cities should invest in what we call smart or wise investments. Let me give you an example of a unwise or dumb investment. A flyover, an overpass to solve congestion at an intersection that has gridlock. Many cities throughout the world have tried that approach. It's better to do traffic management, to invest in good, either a traffic circle or traffic lights with a brain, of course, that programs the traffic lights, than do the flyover. The flyover is one more subsidy for car use. That doesn't mean cars can be left alone. If you want an urban expressway, there are tolls. There are ways to charge for car use. There are ways to organize private sector participation.